Hey guys, Max here. Welcome to the down payment movement session number 1, where we're going to talk about how do you know if you're ready to buy a home. Jimmy V, the iconic college basketball coach, always said something that struck me. He said, I know where I've been, I know who I am, and I know where I'm going. When buying a home, apply that. The past, you know what the past is. You know where you are currently. What about the next few years? Start thinking about the home. How big do you want the home to be? Do you want it in a certain school district, a certain zip code? And how many bedrooms? All these really specific ideas, because if you have a family, it may grow at some point. So it's best to begin with the end in the mind and know that the home, you're not going to outgrow your home, or know that you're not buying too fancy of a home. Begin with the end in mind and ask those specific questions before you even start the process. And one of the most important things to ask yourself is how far away from work are you going to be? Especially if you have a traditional 9-to-5 normal job. Commuting, coming from someone who has commuted 40 miles one way to go to work, it's not fun. Audiobooks are great, but a guy can only have so much audiobook knowledge packed into my brain every single day. So that's a very good consideration to take into place as well. Get your finances in order, period. Don't do wishful thinking, period. Get the facts of your finances. Financial stability is a big thing that home mortgage peoples look at. So have you been on the job for a month, or have you been on the job for 5 years? Have you had significant and consistent income during that time frame? Those are specific things they like to see. Pull your credit report and figure out your credit score is. You can see a link somewhere in the description I'm going to put that I wrote 2 different posts on how to pull your credit report for free and how to get your credit score for free. Get those things in order. There may be something on there that is not supposed to be on there. 1 in 5 consumer credit files have a meaningful error. So that means you could be part of the 20% that has something going on there. And there's a disputing process, which, again, go into those links and they can talk about that. But you want to make sure that is crisp, clean, and very, very, very shiny. Let's halt everything for 1 second, though. Halt. Stop. 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 If you don't have an emergency fund of between 3 and 8 or 9 months of living expenses, including your housing payment, groceries, car payments, everything you do on a month-to-month basis, figure that out, times that by 9. Times it by 6, at least. If you don't have that saved up, forget about buying a house. Forget about anything when it comes to mortgages. Save that up first, then come back to this video series when you already get there. I say that because if you were to buy a home and you have no money in savings, what happens if you were to lose your job 5 months after you bought the home? I don't say that for nomenclature or for make-believe. That happened to me 5 months after I bought my first house. Stressful, yes. Did I survive? Yes. Would I want anyone else to go through it? No. 6 to 9 months. Do it before you do anything more in this series. Traditional mortgages need 20% down to avoid PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. Programs like Unison's home buying program, which there will be a link somewhere, I don't know, link, can help reduce that. So you only have to save up 10%, and Unison has a long-term home ownership incentive for you. They'll boost the other 10%. There'll be a link somewhere for their services, but that can be also helpful as well. But rule of thumb is 20% down payment to avoid all those different fees and costs that you don't want to go through. I promise you do not. There are way more costs as being a homeowner compared to being a tenant. Let me tell you, my first year of homeownership, I woke up to rats eating my bananas on my counter, and I ran away. Yeah, I screamed like a little girl because I was freaked out. I also, about a month later, woke up to about an inch and a half of water in my whole entire kitchen. I had no one to call besides myself. With that being said, evaluate the cost between being a tenant compared to being a homeowner. You're going to have mortgage insurance, most likely. You're going to have homeowner's insurance. You're going to have property taxes. Those three things alone are expensive, let alone all the regular maintenance a house needs just to be livable. So all those things throughout the years of renting, the light bulb, the leaky faucet, the bathroom, anything that you've had to call a landlord for is now going to be your responsibility. And I can't really put a dollar figure on that, but you just have to evaluate how much you spend right now on rent compared to all those projected costs as well. A good rule of thumb is about 1% of the home's value to home incidentals and maintenance and such. So if your house is worth $300,000, expect to pay about $3,000 per year on those different costs. Now, the newer the home, probably not so much. Older the home, might even be more. Coming from someone who has a house built in 1959, oh man, there are lots of things that always need maintenance. In conclusion, if you have stable income and an emergency fund and 20% down, or if you don't have 20% down, go to Unisyn's and look at their program, then you are ready to start looking at and more in depth on buying a home. If you don't have those three things, I would encourage you to get those in order. Oh, and lastly, the credit report. Clean up all those items, everything. If you have those 4 items, now 4, then I would encourage you to continue this series. If not, I would say halt, because I care about you so much, I don't want to hear a story that I bought a house and now 3 months later I lost my job and what the heck do I do now? That would make my heart very hardened. Very, very sad for that. So, until those 4 things are accomplished, I would halt this series and do those. Now, if you have all those 4 in line, we're in the money. Move on to session 2. Session 1's complete. Congratulations. Move on to session 2 when I post it, and give me some feedback. What do you guys think? What else should be thought about before you even think about buying a home? Leave a comment, leave a subscribe, comment, like. If you find this valuable, share it with everybody you know. Now, share it with your community. I want to make these videos informative and also fun, so give me some tips. I want some critique. What can I work on? Comment, subscribe, like, down here somewhere. See you guys in session 2. Have a good day.